Did you know that Bent's Basin is home to stunning landscapes, flowing rivers, and an amazing campsite? Yet remains unknown to so many people in the area. Welcome to our exploration of Bent's Basin State Conservation Park, where we'll uncover some of the beauty and secrets found in the park here, ranging from campsites to waterways and some of the walking trails as well. We're going to explore the park today, and I'll give you my thoughts on the area here as well. Now, without further ado, let's get to it. We finally made it. Now we can finally check out Bent's Basin. First things first, we're gonna pay for our daily parking at the parking meter here. Yes, I have to take off my glasses so my phone reads my face. Don't know why that's a thing. Alrighty, so we're here at Bent Basin State Conservation Area. We're gonna check it all out today. We're gonna start up here at the picnic areas, go down to the river and basin itself, and check out the campsites as well. Well, as we can see out here, nice tables and chairs, covered seating areas, more tables behind me here, and right in front of me we have a barbecue. Push to start design with a very good sign, and these ones are very, very clean. Oh, that's really good. They have coal bins here too, so you can bring your own raised barbecue with coal or some solid fuels depending on time of year. It's quite cool, this little park, this undercover area. Lots and lot of seating. There's actually 4 barbecues. Got 2 on that side just over there, 2 just here as well. It does say caution snakes, keeping my eye out, but unsure. The undercover areas here look really, really new. They must have been updated in the last couple of years. Ain't getting wet under those, I tell you what. We really tried to integrate the park here with the natural environment because there's natural trees everywhere. We also have bathroom facilities just behind us here. Nice and peaceful. Well, here we have an information board with heaps of awesome information. We'll start simply with all the tracks that we can go on here. So there's 3 main trails. I only knew of the first one, Kaylee's Lookout, which is just here. But there's plenty of walks all the way down here. Loop ones up the top there. We'll also have information on the actual basin here. It is known as a deep scour pool. It was created by fast flowing waters, almost making like a little whirlpool digging into the rock there. We also have information on the Aboriginal people. Got 3, the Durug, Darawal and Gundungara. Probably messed that up. It says here that they would use this area as a meeting place and trading area. Lastly, there's a little bit of information on the history of the area here. Apparently an explorer and botanist named George Cayley arrived in the area in 1802 to collect plant specimens for preservation. There you go. There's actually one more piece of information here. The area around here is often used for the local schools' education programs. They come out here to learn about the local environment and the waterways here. It's also used by the Girl Guides Association and the Scouts as well. I know my uncle said he came out here a few times with his kids to take them to events hosted here by the Scouts. Pretty interesting. On the flip side of the information panel, we have information on all the types of animals and birds you might find here. Also has information on the types of forest or environments you can find here as well. As you can see, there's bats, marsupials, a snail, I mean, all sorts of different things. Little wombies. Cool. I'm sure you can see behind me a few sets of tables and chairs. Covered ones, uncovered ones, barbecues, charcoal bins. These are all separate to the ones we saw earlier. There's a surprising amount of them, you know? And it's really well kept. I guess it's a little bit different than your normal parklands because this is past a gated fence. There's like a workstation up near the gates, so they obviously come around and maintain this park, or conserve the park, you might say, as part of their duties here. The downside to it being a gated community, sometimes it is locked and closed for various reasons. This time I came before, it was closed because of flooding. I know it can also be closed if there's fire danger as well, just for safety basically. Here's a view of our river. Now you might be surprised to learn that this is actually the Nepean River here, and it is approximately 3 meters wide at the moment. You can also tell with all the fallen debris and trees here that it often floods. Must come up really high. You can see all the mud on the tops of these leaves. I think that would mean that this area here also flooded at some point. Anyway, let's go to that basin and check it out. This way to the basin. This might be the nicest undercover area I've seen actually. You can see here you have the tables and chairs, and out here is the basin. Another nice feature are all the walking paths. There's been a walking path pretty much everywhere I've been so far, making it more accessible to more types of people. You can see behind me here there's a few little walls they've set up with railing and a tiered set of picnic tables, and each one of these is its own kind of area where you can see the basin from. It might also help reduce the amount of sediment that gets dragged away from the areas here as well. So I'm going to get over to the head of the river here where it joins up with the basin. It specifically says that parts of it have been washed away due to flood damage. It's a real shame I don't want to go up there. Well, here we have our bridge across BENTS Basin, which is on the Nepean River. And if you pay attention to the water behind me here, it is really ripping through. There's a surprising amount of drag running through the area here. The ripple in the middle there is caused by a log that has gotten stuck. On the other side here we have the rest of the Nepean River. Now if you were to follow the Nepean River this direction, you would eventually join up near Penrith. That is about 36 kilometers away, and it will also then join up to the Hawkesbury River. And I read that it is almost 150 kilometers worth of river before this water reaches the ocean, which is crazy. So out in the basin here, it is safe to swim. A lot of people do come here in the summer, though there are significant warnings about getting close to that bridge where the tide is running through, as well as the fact that there are a lot of deep spots in the basin here, the deepest of which was something like 22 meters deep, which is kind of crazy. The other thing is there's been several deaths just in the basin here, people drowning because of the crazy currents that can be found here. So if you do come out here, do be careful if you're getting in the water. The basin here is also a place where a lot of people go fishing. I'm sure there are a fair amount of fish to be found here, as it is the only basin close to this place. And I imagine this is a place where all the fish like to congregate. So bring your fishing rod and go for a fish. Talking about fishing, I just happened across a sign that has fallen over into the sand. The types of fish you can catch here: eels, catfish, and the limits, line limits, that kind of thing. Damn, I should have brought me fishing rod, I reckon. It's nice and calm out here. Nice and peaceful. I've only seen 2 other people here today. I know if it's because it's a weekday, today's Thursday, or whether people just don't know about the basin here. But man, this place deserves recognition. Looks amazing, feels amazing. Awesome. Found myself a little game trail here, taking me to the mouth of that river. We'll be extra careful though, of course. It's actually a pretty decent trail. Cut into the side here. I think actually quite a few people have walked this way before. Oh, look at that. That's a unique view. You can see here why the flooding is so bad. We're 20 meters up from the water here. There's all wood debris along here. Alrighty, we've almost made it. Now I'm going to be careful here because a bit of moss on the rocks. So all on the top here. Now it appears we're a little bit high on this side, but we do get this view. Very hard to scale down rocks. Yeah, I'm not sure about going any further. Well, it looks like this is about as far as we can go. Got about a 2-minute drop onto rocks here, which I can't quite get past. And if I go any higher, I won't be able to get back down anyway, so this'll do. Still a good view. It's just through the trees there, the rapids. Time to head back. Fortunately, with all my practice with my young cousin, going through the rocky outcapes of the Australian bush, chasing deer, I'm quite used to it. Look at the view from up here. Oh. Oh, do I need to be a little bit higher, do I? Yep, looks like I'm right on the edge of the water. I need to be up there. Backtrack a little bit and find the way up that way. Up the steps. We made it. On to the next spot. So this side of BENTS Basin is on the west side, where there is a secondary car park whose entrance pretty much is only accessible from the left side of the Nepean River. From where I live, it would take me an extra 15-20 minutes to get out to this side by car, where I can park over there and walk 5 minutes to get here. That's your other car park. A little older and less maintained. Now there are more walking trails to be had here. For example, we have the entrance to the Cayley Lookout right here. But for today, I'm going to pass on that. I'll save it for another video. Well, from here we're going to check out the last location, which will be the campsite. We'll drive up there, check out the facilities and see what I think of them. Now, BENTS Basin, a great place to come, I think, for just about any kind of picnic or day out. You can bring barbecues, bring your family and have yourself a really great day. You can come here swimming, you can come here fishing, with caution of course. Plenty of facilities here, lots of covered tables and chairs, and they also have the barbecues, bathroom facilities and the works there as well, which is really good. The only thing I will say is there's a heck of a hill from the top car park here on the east side of the river down to the river itself. Not exactly wheelchair friendly, but it does have a path, so it could be done. Onwards to our final spot. Alright, we're now at the campsites. Already I like the fact that they have sealed roads like that as well. Good for a nice sedan like mine. Now I know there are an immense amount of facilities here. You do have restrooms, washing facilities, it's a pay to park machine here, a telephone as well, emergency phone. There are external showers and hot showers inside the bathrooms, as well as an area that you can reserve for large groups. Pretty cool. Now I'm gonna run into the bathrooms here, I'll check them out and tell you what I think. Not too bad. They have hot showers with a 5-minute limit. They have running water and flushable toilets. I also know that there are supposedly more than 100 tent sites here, which is absolutely crazy. So throughout the campsites here there are concrete style barbecues with a little bit of metal. They look like this. See, there's 3 bars here. Not sure I'd be using those to cook on. I mean, obviously you put a pan there, it's not like you're putting your food right on the grates, but still, I would probably opt to bring my own off-ground fire or barbecue. In saying that, they do have this really unique style of fire pit just here. So you have your fire pit here, and a lever with a grate on this side that spins over the fire, so you can use that as your hot plate to cook with. Now again, I'm not suggesting you put food directly on that. I'd use a pan, or perhaps at the very least some tin foil to protect your food from the older grates. But still pretty unique. And we're still going through the campsites here. I still haven't reached the bottom because there's like kind of 2 or 3 tiers of campsite. You've got right up near the toilet block, and you've got the campsite right behind me here. And then in front of me, it goes through another set of gates to a lower campsite as well. So depending on how close you want to be to bathroom facilities and the like, you can tent up not 10 meters away from the community hall, or come all the way down here right near the river, which I will show you here in a second. Now, if I was camping, I would probably pick this spot here. It's sunny, there's no trees above it, you're not going to get any debris fall on you over the night if it's windy, and it is the closest you can get to the river and camp, I believe. I'm gonna go through these little gates here and go right to the river's edge. We're going right to the fence line. Here we have the Nepean River, just here. It's a bit wrecked with all the flooding that's been happening over the past couple of years. It's a little bit of a shame. The good thing about the campsite here is there's heaps to do. You can start up at the campsite, set up your campsite, walk down to the basin following this path. From there you can go fishing, have a swim, set up a fire on the campsites themselves, walk the trails as well. There's so much to do. And considering here we're about 36 kilometers south of Penrith, not too far out west, so quite accessible. and feels quite safe. You can set up your campsite anywhere out here. You know what, I think I changed my mind. I think I might like this area better because you can camp right up against the fence line here. Now, again, you're not allowed to go past this fence. There's lots and lots and lots of fallen debris. Kind of like that across the way there, you can see heaps of fallen debris. And you can see how high it actually has come up. It may even come a few meters just below where we are here. And at those times, the walkways down towards the picnic areas and the fishing area will be closed off. It has been closed quite frequently and does get closed quite frequently because of the flooding, but it is really nice. I could see myself coming out here for a little camp, going for a walk, maybe dropping me line in the water as well, catch a fish. Yeah, quite nice. Now, there are a few considerations to make before you come out here camping. The biggest one being that there is no drinking water. There is obviously water for washing, and the other thing is there is no electricity out here, so it's a little bit more rustic. There's no power pole next to your campsite to charge your phone overnight. You'll bring power banks or generators, whatever it might be. There's actually so many campsites here, it's insane. Lovely. Alrighty, we found a seat and we're going to sit on it. And let's give our final thoughts on BENTS Basin. Well guys, we're pretty much done here with BENTS Basin State Conservation Park. Honestly, could be my #1 park that I've been to so far on my channel. Love the parklands, the picnic areas, the waterways, and the campsite, all of which are really, really cool. And I like the fact that it's constantly being upgraded and monitored. It really makes it feel looked after, taken care of, and somewhere where I would really like to come again. Personally, I would come out here for a nice barbecue because you do have all the sheltered areas and the picnic tables as well. You're also allowed to bring your own solid fuel barbecues out here, as long as they're raised off the grass or the ground. Of course, you have the basin itself, a really nice place where you can go fishing, go for a swim if you like, but you do need to be careful out there with the ridiculous current running through. And I would like to investigate further up that lookout trail and check that out as well, and possibly the other trails as well. There's 2 others here. Coming back to the campsite here, I really like the way that it's very secluded, but it has a lot of good facilities if you want them. And there's so much room around here. It's all grassed. There's fire pits you can use as well. Really nice. Anyway guys, thanks for joining me on this adventure today. If this is the kind of content you like from me, please leave a like, drop a comment below, share with your family and friends, and subscribe to Dan Ventures Out to see more from me. And we'll catch you the next time we venture out.